It's weather strip day. We're going to install this on the other side in this video. This is a 71 convertible C3, just because they're different. Might be different from your C3. What I'm doing is I just cleaned all the area that needs to be cleaned, including wiping down the weather seal with some denatured alcohol. You especially want to get this the rear, this part clean, because that's going to be contacting the inside. So the little triangle shape area. And then you've got 2 screws on each end, well, 3 on one and 2 on the other. You've got this screw and that screw. And so what I did is I made sure the screws are there ready to go. So this thing is going to go somehow. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if it goes in or on or above. I think it goes like that. Something like that. But I'm going to attach it first. So we'll get to that in a second. I'll show you how that goes on. You can figure it out for yourself because you're smart. And then we've got this piece, which is it's gonna get 3 screws. 2 of them are in the door on jam. Those go in there. That hole is there. There's a hole right here. It's just not showing right now. So that's gonna go like that, right? 2 little, and I think these are 8s. But you might have to put a different size in your door. So make sure you got the right, make sure your screws are fitting. This one's a little loose, which is weird. This bottom one might take a different size. Maybe I'll try to go to a 10 or something. I don't know. And then up here, this is going to sit, and this is where the convertible is different than the coupe, is this going to sit, you're going to take this whole chunk and shove it in there, kind of like that. It's not a great fit, to be honest. It's weird. And then there's a screw right there. Right? So, and then the window will come back into that slot. So that's what's going to happen. The first thing we're going to do is screw the screws in, because we don't really need glue up here, although I might put a little right up in here like that. But I'm not really worried about it. If this is a little loose, it doesn't really matter, because it's a weather seal and it's going to seal. It just has to seal the outside to the inside, and I'm not going to be driving in any rainstorms much because I live in Southern California, so I'm not that worried about it. Before I get started, also I'm going to secure after we do the 2 ends, we're gonna start gluing in the rest around the body, and then I'll put a little piece of tape to hold it. But I'm also going to depart from norms, and I'm going to use this Gorilla Clear Grip Contact Adhesive because it works great. It's clear, it doesn't make a mess, and I think it's superior to whatever. I'm not going to get into debates about it, but I like this stuff. It works really well, so I'm going to use it. And then this is just a tip. I would, go down to the hardware store when you get a minute. Hopefully you have a good hardware store, and just buy a lot of different screws, a lot of different sizes and shapes, because you're going to need them if you're working on your C3, or especially if you're doing a restoration like I am. You see, I got some oldies here. You can clean them up, and in many cases, the old screws are actually superior. They're better material and everything, but if you want, you can buy new ones and also just have them. All right, so that's just a tip. That's not part of this video really, but let's do it. I'm going to secure these 2 ends, and then we'll be right back. Let's take a look. So I ended up putting a little washer in here, which I think is a good move. You definitely want to make sure you don't put a long screw in there, obviously. So make sure you check the length on that. I got a couple turns of grip on that, which I think is fine, because then the door card's going to go here. It's going to smash all this together. It's not going to go anywhere. This one is fine. The weather strip is practically fitting itself. It's looking really good. Got these two in. And then I put this here, which is not perfect. I might need to go with a flatter one. I just don't know how the door card is gonna, I don't really know how the door card's gonna fit. I think this might need to come out and then the door card goes here and then you put one through both, I think. I'm not sure, I'm not there yet, so I don't know. The fitment up here is okay. I don't really understand what's going on with this little cutout right here. Maybe that will become apparent later. Right now, it looks okay. Window slots in great. This front part is awesome, perfect. Back is fine. It's not bad at all. So that works. Now the only thing left is just to start to go around. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of this stuff out. Now I'm not gonna do it two-sided. Like I'm not gonna do both items, except for maybe in some pressure spots where I really want it to stick, like right up here. I might do both sides, you know, and then stick it like you're supposed to. But honestly, I feel like if I just put a little, wait for it, you know, wait a minute or two for it to flash over and stick it on, tape it, it'll be good. I'm not trying to glue it to the car forever and ever and ever and ever. So it'd be nice if you could take it off later without ripping it all apart and having to get out a putty knife and a grinder wheel. You know what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna start going around. I think it's all pretty tight. So it looks like it's tighter over there though. So I might start here and just sort of work out any slack on this side and work my way around. But like I said, it's kind of almost in position by itself. It just needs a little tiny bit of stretching to get in there. And just make sure, you see how that's like a triangle right there? This is the point. So that point goes right into the corner, bam. So I'm just gonna do a little bit, tape it, you know, do a little more, tape it, and work my way around. That's what we got going right now. Make sure, you guys, make sure you really get that corner into the corner. You see how you want to get it like there, right? So this was getting a little turn sometimes. Just make sure you get the corner all the way down in there like that. So I just went down to there. I'm gonna do the bottom now. Okay, let's take a look. This area, I felt like I really had to pull it in towards the door. So just put a little extra tape up there. We're going down here. We got this. We got this. Looks good up in here. Looks good up in here. So now, oh, by the way, I use this kind of dauber. You could use a little small paintbrush, but what I would do is I would just put a few bunches of glue and then I just went whoop and just do a line and kind of squish it out a little bit and then tape it up. I'm gonna put a little right here. But what I'm gonna do, you guys, is gonna go ahead and shut the door and just let it sit there and seal itself into place where it wants to be. So now I'm gonna go do it on the other side. All right, and I guess I'll end this video because we're basically done. You'll see the weather strip in future videos, but I think that's it for now. The only other thing I did before I did this is I put this plate back, which needed to go back. Painted, got some new foam, new screws, everything's good. All right, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.